I am finally here to talk about Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice in a spoiler review. Oh my god, I can't wait to get certain shit off my chest. Alright, again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the movie, you should not be watching this video. Leave now. I did a spoiler free review that you can check out where I elaborated on certain stuff without getting into spoiler territory. Go watch that, then go see the movie, come back and watch this. Now, this is your last chance. Leave if you did not see the movie. You have been warned. Now, if you are still here, that means that you have seen the movie. Holy shit! I cannot believe that they did certain shit in this movie. Alright. We are going to go in line. To the best of my memory. We are going to start from the beginning. I loved the fact that they did not waste time for the Bruce Wayne losing his parents. I'm so glad that they did that during the opening credits scene. They did not waste time retelling the story of Bruce losing his parents. I'm glad that they did that. That whole Bruce Wayne running through Metropolis at the ending of Man of Steel during the Superman Zod fight, I loved the whole shit. For the simple fact that they took you from a human's perspective in the city, watching these two aliens go at it, basically. And from a human perspective, being on the ground, you're like, yo, they're destroying the city. Thousands of people are dying. And Bruce is on the phone with his friend and practically heard his friend die on the phone. Like, I understood why Ben Affleck's Batman had it out for Superman. I get it. Fully get it, and I'm so glad that they did that. The Batcave. I'm in love with this Batcave. This is the most technologically advanced Batcave we have ever seen. And I loved it. I loved the entryway from when he went into the Batcave from the Batmobile that was underwater, so like no one would see. Oh my god, yo. Alright. Now, I know I said I was gonna go in order. Fuck that, because there's certain stuff I gotta get off my chest. The Batman versus Superman fight. I cannot believe that they had a definitive winner for that. I cannot believe that they blatantly stated Batman beat Superman. I can't believe that they did that. Even if Superman would have beat Batman, I'd still be saying the same thing. So Batman haters, cool your tights. Relax. I'm just saying I can't believe that they stated like who beat who. Like I said, even if Superman would have beat him, I still would have been like, yo, I can't believe that they said Superman beat Batman. You know, I still would have said that, so relax. I love the whole fight. I'm not even mad that Batman beat Superman for the simple fact that it played out exactly how I thought it would. Batman didn't stand a chance without kryptonite. Let's get that out the way before anybody is in the comment section talking about, aha, Batman beat Superman. So, like I said, I'm not mad at the fight. I wasn't mad at the fight at all. Even when Superman was getting his ass beat, I still wasn't mad. Because, like I said, it played out exactly how I knew it would. Batman took time to prepare, like he always does. Batman did not stand a single chance in hell against Superman without kryptonite. No matter what you fucking say, he did not stand a chance against Superman without kryptonite. And I love the fact that they actually showed that. Like, they showed that Batman had a plan. He strategized. He knew what he was doing. he walked Superman into a trap with the sonic waves, which I thought was off the fucking chain. I did, to be honest, at that particular point, I did think about the Incredible Hulk. I'm not even gonna lie. I did think about that, but I still, like, I loved how it was raining, and when the sonic waves was coming in, you saw the split from the rain where the waves, like, were combining, and, like, you saw the water, like, just stuck there because it couldn't fall because the waves was hitting it against. Like, I thought that shit was so hot. So I love that he did that. He used the guns against them. Before he started using kryptonite, Batman got his ass beat. I'm sorry. Batman got his ass beat until he used the kryptonite. When he used the kryptonite, then Superman got his ass beat. When the kryptonite wore off, when the kryptonite wore off, I was rolling. I was like, yo. All you saw was, Like, I love that they did that. And I give it to Ben Affleck that even underneath the suit of armor, you still saw Ben Affleck's face on some, like, oh shit, nah, nigga, I was just playing, like, I was just joking. Like, it was like that. Like, I found that shit to be so funny. But like I said, without the kryptonite, Batman got his ass beat. With the kryptonite, Superman got his ass beat, and I expected it. So I'm not even mad that Superman got his ass beat. I couldn't believe that that they just made a definitive answer. I did think that that Batman was gonna stab Superman though. I didn't think he was gonna kill him. I did think he was gonna stab him, but he was gonna go for the kill though. He definitely was gonna go for that kill. Wonder Woman, holy shit. Her entrance was so fucking badass. Her whole fight with Doomsday was so fucking badass. Now, I mentioned this in the spoiler-free review, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, but what they did to show that she was truly an Amazon and that she loved the challenge that Doomsday was presenting her is that one scene where it was real quick, where Doomsday hit her and, like, she dropped the shield, she dropped the sword, and I gotta be honest with you, when she was on the floor and her legs was open, I was like, yo, her legs is really fucking open. She got on a skirt. What the fuck? But it was like one of the skirts with the shorts underneath it. So I was like, all right, cool. But she was on the floor and she was laying there. She had her legs open, and for a second, like, you gotta catch it. If you look at between her legs and being perverted, you're gonna miss it. But she looked and she just cracked that smile. She was just like she got up and was just like gave the smile like, yo, this is a challenge for me right now. I'm loving this. And I said it to my girlfriend. I'm like, yo, as soon as she cracked that smile, I'm like, yo, she's loving this. And that's a true Amazon warrior. Like, they love they're a warrior race. They like the challenge, and she showed it that she liked the challenge that Doomsday was providing her, because Doomsday was a challenge. Doomsday was such a beast. Oh man, he just kept getting stronger and stronger. And that whole to be honest with you, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, Batman don't need to be in this fight. Like, other than the ending when he shot the kryptonite smoke grenade at Doomsday to weaken him after Wonder Woman had him with her lasso. Other than that, Batman didn't need to be in that fight, because it was too dangerous for a human to be there, because there was nothing but energy and electricity and just everything just going haywire. Like, if he would have got hit with anything, he'd have been dead. But I give it to Batman. He held his own. I'm not saying that Batman was a punk. He held his own. He was dodging like crazy. You couldn't touch him. Like, Batman did his shit. Now, what? Hold on. I need to hold on, cause I need to drink some water for what I'm about to talk about. Actually, the cameos. Okay, I'm going down the line on this one. The cameos. The Flash. The Flash had 2 cameos, which caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting him to have 2. The first cameo he did, I didn't know it was him. Like, I couldn't tell who it was with all the bright ass lights and the energy that was just surging. Like, I couldn't tell who it was until I want to say about a good halfway point. The halfway mark of that scene is when I was able to tell that it was the Flash. I lost my shit when I realized it was the Flash. I was like I had to control myself once I realized who it was, because of everything that started happening. Like I don't know everything that he said. All I know is that he called out Bruce's name, and he was like, "You're right about him. You were always right about him." And at the ending, he was like, "Find us." And I think he said, you know, I heard him say it's Lois, and Lois is the key. And like, if he said anything else after that, I'm not too sure what he said, but there was so much potential in that one fucking scene, and it's just the way that it was done. Like, this is how I think a lot of people got confused, because they're like, yo, Bruce woke up, which means that was a dream. How could he dream about the Flash? And to me, I'm like, you know, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, yo, he's never met the Flash, and I'm almost positive that scene was before he opened up the LexCorp files things that he stole. So I'm like, how can he dream about the Flash? This is my theory. My theory is that somehow, someway, the Flash ran back in time to warn Bruce. Now, I don't know. Just the way that the whole movie was set up, it could go in so many different fucking directions. And I recently read this article that elaborated and gave an amazing theory on it. This is a sum up of the theory. With the nightmare sequence, they're saying, because a lot of people are saying, how can he dream about the nightmare sequence with the parademons? And yes, they are fucking parademons. I didn't think that they were, but they are parademons. Like, like, from head to fucking toe, they're parademons. And I was like, yo, they look sick. So, alright. So, what the theory is, with the nightmare dream sequence, the theory is that Bruce was basically having dreams of his memories of a alternate timeline. Now, hear me out. I know this might be a stretch, but just listen to how this plays out. They were saying that it could possibly be that he's having memories of an alternate timeline, of a collapsing alternate timeline. And the reason that, with that being said, is because they think that maybe something happens to Lois, and Darkseid is able to brainwash Superman. And with Flash running back in time saying like Lois is the key, maybe Lois needs to stay alive in order to be the one to talk Superman out of the brainwash. Now, the reason I said that it's an alternate timeline collapsing on itself is because with the Flash running back in time and warning Bruce, oh, that's another thing that he was saying. Flash was saying, you know, find us. So I'm guessing Flash was talking about the Justice League. Like, yo, find us, bring us together. You know what I mean? Like, so with the Flash running back in time, warning Bruce, giving Bruce that Doomsday scenario, you know, kind of a warning, that changes the future. So now that future no longer exists because now Bruce has been warned about it. And now, since he has that warning, he can take certain steps. which at the end of the movie he does. He wants to bring together everybody because of the coming threat that Lex warned them about. So with the timeline, with that future timeline collapsing on itself since it no longer exists, Bruce is just having like like the memories of that timeline is collapsing on itself. So before it completely collapses, when the Flash ran back in time to change it, that's what happened. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's a stretch, and it was just a theory somebody threw out there. I just figured I'd bring it out and talk about it to see what you guys thought about it. If you guys have any theories on the Flash running back in time to warn Bruce, because he's also like, am I too soon? I'm too soon. So that's why I'm like, yo, he definitely ran back in time. So if you guys have any theories about that, I would love to hear about it. Put it down below in the comment section. Now, Lex Luthor basically giving Batman a warning about he's hungry and he's coming. Immediately I thought about Darkseid. Immediately. But over these last few days I really thought about it. I'm like, yo, he could possibly be talking about Brainiac. Because Brainiac is always hungry for knowledge. And Brainiac is known as the devourer of worlds because he at least in like the TV show and the comic book, he digitizes worlds, and he shrinks them and learns about the world and like takes a city from that world and destroys it. He's a devourer of worlds. So I was like, yo, he could be talking about Brainiac because we all know Darkseid is going to be the big bad for the Justice League. Personally, I think Darkseid is going to come in Justice League Part 2, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we haven't heard a damn thing about Green Lantern. Green Lantern is the last member of the Justice League, and I think Darkseid coming to Earth I think that's what's going to bring Green Lantern to Earth. I think that because one thing that this movie lets you know is that a lot of people are already established in this universe. They may not be public figures yet, but certain heroes already exist in this world. Batman, 20 years in. The movie takes place about 18 months after Man of Steel. So now Superman is established. With the cameos, with the Flash. Flash already has his powers. So he stopped the burglar. And I thought that shit was hot too, because if you watch carefully, when the Flash stopped the burglar and ran back, he didn't take the milk bottle with him. He let the milk bottle go. Before the milk bottle even fell, he was back and caught the shit. And I thought that shit was off the chain. Aquaman already exists. Already underwater, already with the trident, which means he already is the king of Atlantis. So he already exists, and I thought his cameo was hot. His cameo, it was kind of strange, but it was still hot. Like, I love the fact that they had his eyes glowing in the dark, because if you know anything about aquatic animals, and especially like if they're that far underwater where the sun doesn't reach, when it's like pointing a flashlight at a cat at night. Their eyes glow. I love the fact that his eyes were glowing in the dark, and then he comes out of the dark and you see him and his hair is just all, it's moving because he's underwater. And he takes his trident and it looks like he destroys the camera. And when he takes off, he took off just like Superman takes off in the air, except it was underwater. He had like the whole sonic boom thing, and he took off. What other cameo was there? Wonder Woman, they showed her picture is a direct image of her movie, so I can't wait. So you saw her picture that she took in like, I think he said it was in like 1916, 1913, something like that, in the early 1900s. And then Cyborg. Okay. I will fully admit that Cyborg's cameo was not what I expected it to be. The actor who plays him, I think his name is Ray Fisher. His cameo was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to be playing football and you were going to see him as a quarterback. No, not at all. That's not what you see. You see that he's already been hurt. He's already injured. He literally don't have no arms, no legs. He's literally just a torso and a head on like this gurney thing that tilted forward. And you see his father, who I love the actor that they got to play him. A lot of people know him from the guy from Terminator 2 who ended up dying, who was doing him. I forgot his real name, but him. He also plays in Scandal. He plays as Papa Pope. Him. They got him to play Victor Stone's father. So as he's like talking to the recorder and recording or whatever, you see a fucking mother box, and that shit is active, and you know it's there like mutating and it's still in a square form, but you see like it's like poking here and there, and it's twirling around, it's mutating, and all of a sudden it just gets closer to Cyborg, and then it basically starts to combine with him. So you see the arms forming, you see the legs forming. And I was like, yo, it looked a little weird, but I like it. So a lot of these heroes are already established. So I think that Green Lantern is already established, and I don't think he's on Earth right now. I think he's at Oa, and I think by the time Darkseid comes to Earth, that's going to bring Green Lantern. So that's why I think they're saving Darkseid for Justice League Part 2. I think Brainiac is going to be the bad guy in Justice League Part 1. If I had to guess, that would be my guess. Unless Darkseid truly comes in Justice League Part 1, they don't beat him, and they don't beat him until Justice League Part 2. I don't really see them going that route, but they could. They could. Now, I already told you guys what I thought about Ben Affleck as Batman. An amazing portrayal. The best portrayal as Batman, period. I'm not the only one who said it. Whether you love the movie, whether you hate the movie, he was one of the best parts of the movie. His Batman off the chain. The whole fighting sequence where he was like... Yo, first off, the only thing that did catch me off guard is that Batman is a fucking murderer. Like, a lot of people, some people have problem with that, the fact that Batman actually killed in this movie, and he did. Like, you have people that saying like, oh, Batman didn't kill anybody in it. What fucking movie were you watching? Batman killed people in this movie. First off, the whole Batmobile car chase scene. Niggas was dying, okay? You had people in a car, and he hooked the car, and he's dragging the car along, and the car flipped over and landed on another car, and then he's driving through a building, jumped through the building, his Batmobile landed on the car. You don't think people in the backseat died? Like, he's in the Batplane shooting guns and missiles at the trucks and whatever, and people that standing on the outside of the truck with machine guns. You don't think that they died when the truck blew up? Like, niggas was dying in this movie. His whole fight scene to save Clark's mom was so fucking hot. It was literally, and I said it to my girlfriend too. I'm like, yo, this is straight from the video game. Straight from the video. And she knew what I was talking about because she watched me play Batman Arkham Knight. So she knew exactly what I was talking about. My man was taking gadgets, shooting you with the gadgets, pulling you, hitting you. Like, that's straight from the Arkham video games. And I loved it. I will admit that Batman and Superman fighting each other was kind of weird. And I only say that because their reasoning for fighting was what I mean. When I say that it was weird, their reasoning for fighting is what was weird. Because I get I get why Superman went to Batman, because you don't fuck with Superman's mom. Because a lot of people forgot that when Zod threatened Superman's mom in Man of Steel, Superman went apeshit. Remember? He flew down, grabbed Zod, pushed him down to the ground, and was punching the shit out of him. Like, oh, what did he say? Like something like, you thought you could mess with my mom or something. Whatever it was that he said, like he was pissed. Like, you don't mess with his mom. So the fact that they used his mom as motivation to go after Batman, I was able to get that. But I feel like Superman could have really just flew down. And I get that he was trying to talk to Bruce at first. Because he flew right down and was like, Bruce, you need to listen to me. And like right when he went to explain it, that's when the sonic wave shit hit him. But I feel like anytime during the fight, he could have been like, yo, Lex has my mom. This is what he wants. I need your help. I feel like he really could have did that, but to an extent, I get why they fought. Because, it's like as he's trying to talk to him, Bruce keeps throwing certain shit at him. And Superman, at this point, Superman's like, yo, fuck it. If this is the only way I can get you to listen, then I'm going to have to fuck you up in order for you to listen. So I get it. Their reasoning for the reason that they stopped fighting was kind of, I understood it. And a lot of people didn't get that. A lot of people don't understand how by Superman saying you're allowing him to kill Martha. People don't understand what toll that took on Batman. Because number one, Batman doesn't know that Clark's mom's name is Martha. So he's like, why did you say that name? Why did you say that? Like, he's pissed because he's like, yo, that's my mother's name. Why are you saying my mother's name? Like, Batman is not fully there. Like, y'all, people fail to, yes, he's a genius in crime fighting, and he's a detective, he's this, he's that, but Batman is a damaged individual, okay? And, by him saying his mom's name, it made him freeze in his tracks. And by Lois coming and trying to save Superman from Batman, talking about that's his mom's name, please stop, whatever, it humanized him in Batman's eyes. Like, because you gotta remember, during the movie, Batman is like, here's this alien, he could destroy the planet anytime he wants, he could burn the whole place down, he's responsible for the thousands of people that died in Metropolis. Like, he wasn't human in his eyes. But by him having compassion, by him not even saying spare my life, just please go save Martha, that's showing him as human. He cares about another human. He has a mom. This woman is standing in front of me while I have a spear and my foot on his neck trying to save his life. That humanized him. It made him realize, like, oh shit, like, wait a minute. Like, and that's when he moved his foot off his neck. Like, wait a minute. Like, she's trying to save his life. This alien has somebody that truly and deeply cares for him. He has a mom. He just asked me to save his mother's life. Like, you got to see how certain shit played out in his head. And at that point, he probably even figured out that he just got played. Especially once Superman got up and explained the situation to him. He probably just realized, like, yo, Lex just played the shit out of us. Like, he just made us fight. Like, granted, I wanted to fight you because of what you did, but he's the reason why you're here fighting me. And, I understood that. And, like, you got to take a back seat and really think about how certain shit is played out. And this is why I feel like a lot of people just didn't understand it. Because a lot of people just didn't take the time to think about certain shit. Them killing Superman off, did not see that shit coming. I did not see that shit coming. And I told my girlfriend, I'm like, yo, Doomsday is the only character in comic books that actually killed Superman. Did not think that they were going to go with the death of Superman storyline. I did not think that they were going to kill him. But I understood why they did. Allow for me to elaborate. I'm going to be doing so much elaboration in this. So, A lot of people were pissed off that they killed Superman. Even Zack Snyder came out and, he had interviews and he even explained why he took the steps that he did. He explained why he killed Superman. He explained why the movie ended the way that it did. And it makes so much fucking sense. Okay. A lot of people don't understand why they're doing a lot of shit, and it's understandable. Shit, we are not part of the production team. We don't know the outline. Let shit play out, people, before you really get frustrated. Now here, listen. You can't really bring in Doomsday without killing Superman. I mean, you can, but it's still risky because Doomsday is that character that kills him. Now, the reason that he killed him is because Batman is the one that's going to bring the Justice League together. Period. If Superman was alive, number one, Batman wouldn't bring the Justice League together. In people's eyes, it would be Superman. Superman would be the one to bring the Justice League together. Superman would be the one in charge of the Justice League. And it's like, at the end of the day, Batman is the strategist. Batman is the one that always thinks 20 steps ahead. You know what I mean? Like, Superman may be the strongest, but Batman is technically the leader of the Justice League. Superman might be the one that's in the front, but Batman is the leader because Batman is the one that's like, he's the strategist. So he's the one that's like, your powers would be perfect for this situation, so you go there. If shit hits the fan, you're strongest, you're backup. Shit like that. So Batman is the one that's going to bring the Justice League together. And the Justice League is being brought together because of the warning that Lex gave Batman. Talking about he's coming, he's hungry. He basically told Batman like, the God, because he was referring to Superman as God. So he's like, the God is dead. Earth is vulnerable. He's coming. He's hungry. It's already been sent out. The message. He's on the way. So without a powerful being as Superman to protect the planet, Bruce sees these other Bruce sees these other metahumans that's like, let's all come together because there's a threat coming. I just have a feeling. Bullshit. Something is coming. So that's why Batman is the one that's going to bring them all together. That's why he did what he did. That's why Zack Snyder let people know, like, with the dirt moving a little bit, he let you know that Superman is alive. And I feel like the dirt moving was a touch on the fact of Man of Steel when Superman flew for the first time. When Superman flew for the first time, all the rocks and dirt and shit, levitated before he took off. So I feel like, that was just a hint so that you knew that he wasn't dead. Whew. Hold on. Man, I knew that I was going to be getting into some I knew I was going to elaborate on a lot of shit, but god damn. Alright, let me see. What else am I missing from this movie? I think I touched on, the most important stuff, or where people was probably getting confused of. Yeah, I loved Batman and Wonder Woman's, chemistry in, when they were at, the little party. It's like I said in my spoiler-free review. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I touched on everything. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Touched on the cameos, the ending, the fight, the Batman Superman fight. Oh, a lot of people don't know this. Jim Yeltsin. Okay, I didn't know this either until I came across something. So I'm gonna let you guys know this, since if you're watching this, you've seen the movie. Okay, the beginning of the movie, when Lois Lane was over in Africa, and she was being questioned by the people with the guns or whatever, and there was a photographer that had a little CIA, listening device or tracking device, whatever it was, and that got shot? I'm sorry to tell y'all this. That was Jimmy Olsen. Okay? That was that was Jimmy. Now, granted, when I found out, I was a little pissed that they decided to kill Jimmy Olsen off. But it's been stated by even Zack Snyder that that was Jimmy. Alright? So, you're not going to see Jimmy Olsen anymore. That was Jimmy. He was a photographer, but he also had ties in with the CIA. And that's why he had the little either listening device, tracking device, whatever kind of device that was in his camera. That was Jimmy Olsen, for those of you that didn't know that. Whew. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be doing an Easter egg kind of video where I, talk about certain stuff, Easter eggs and cameos. I might. I don't know yet. I might. I'll figure that out. If enough of you want that, then I'll do it. But yeah. Night Riders, post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the movie. Since this is a spoiler review, say whatever it is that you want in the comment section, because we can have a spoiler talk in the comment section, because anybody who didn't see the movie shouldn't be on this video, so they shouldn't see the comments. So we could talk about it. If I left anything else out, let me know. If you guys want to ask me anything, if I didn't touch on it, let me know. I'll answer it. And if you guys want me to do kind of a Easter egg kind of special appearance and cameos and who did it, stuff like that, let me know. If enough of you want it, then I'll probably do it. So, my throat is dry from all the talking and elaborating I had to do in this. So anyway, Night Riders, hopefully you guys enjoyed this spoiler review. I know I was a little bit all over the place, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And I'm going to end this before I end up losing my voice. So until next time, y'all. Onward to 10K. Ride or die, Night Riders. We out.